Well, hello, Moramai from the Isle of Man, and welcome back to the basement farm here on the Sussex map. It is a matter of minutes after we left off last night because I realised a couple of things. If I don't give our new lovely sheep any water, our new lovely sheep will start to die, and that is not a cool position to be in. One of the other things I realised, well, not that I realised, rather, I'm going to do this just while I'm talking with you, is that a mod came out because when I've been driving along, this little fella slides in a way that is best described as all over the chippy. A mod has come out here on the PlayStation. It's probably old. I want that. It's probably old news for some of you proper gamers, don't you PC Master Race me. That will let you strap your instruments with the straps onto your low loaders, and that is amazingly useful. So I'm going to grab one of those. I'm going to do it in little forklift orange, and then we'll take that and the water tank back up to the farm. The water tank is probably, he said, the most important thing to take. I may leave the trailer down here, but I'll do that off camera. It was just to let you know what it is I'm doing, really. So let's grab a quick fork, so to speak. You'll know the ones we're looking for because they have a strap across them. There we go, look. And it's very helpful. They tie your, let's have, there you go. It's not the prettiest, but it will do. If only because, there we go. Let's call it Star Orange. Oh, actually, no, I didn't like that one, did I? I've just remembered what it was I did, which was get an adapter from this CSZ pack, from a skid steer to a low loader. I know you're in there, it's only a few £100. Let's stick the low loader fork on it, front loader even. Here we go. Don't know what a translator is. Anyway, we'll come back to those. We want the thing that says from skid steer to front loader, which is this one. It says at the bottom left there, skid steer loader to front loader. Give us one of those, please. Which means I can grab the front loader bucket, pallet fork, which is much nicer, quite frankly. Means I can see what it is I'm doing. Where are the fellas with the straps? All the way over here on the right. There they are. Much nicer. And also Star Orange. It's definitely not that one. It's not Class Orange either. So that's the colour we'll go for. Okay, so I'm going to head back up to the farm. And we'll pick this episode up properly in the morning. Okay, so I'll just jump cut this because you don't need to see me driving, and back shortly. Actually, no, before I say that, let's just show you how this actually works. When we drive up here, let's try and put you over the wheels. It'll strap them down from anywhere, but it seems a bit silly to not have that. If I now fasten the tension belt, fastens it over the forks, and that will hold our front loader exactly where it should be, which is very helpful indeed. I am going to leave you there for now and just head back up, and I'll catch you in the game morning. Well, good morning this time. And here we are, in day one of summer. I'm just going to knock that time down to 5, it's fairly distracting. Our sheep are all still alive, which is often a good thing. We'll go and check on those dudes in a minute. Our chickenses are still doing what chickenses do, which is also very nice. Let's have a look and see what the stats say for these guys. There we go, we've got our 14 sheep. They've got enough stuff going on. Going to need a bucket to clean after those mucky little sheeps. And the chickens are going to need some more food. As it happens, we have plenty of that because I am a fool and double bought. But enough of such nonsense. Let's have a quick look down here at our field, which I can see has shifted on a growth stage, but still needs another fertilising. So let's have a look at the map, see if there's any weeds cropping up in there we need to take care of. Field 6 is what we are. We don't need lime because I turned that off. And our survey says there's a little patch of weeds over here, just in the middle somewhere. So I'll go and get some herbicide as well. Should be looking straight at it. Where are you? Those weeds, there they are. Look, cheeky little things. So I think I'll go and grab some herbicide, stick it in the sprayer, see if there's any jobs we can do today. We've got a transport. That sounds a good one. Might have a look at that. No herbicide going on. So right, what are our friendly fields? 7. I think that's one of our friendlies just across the road, isn't it? Field 7. Oh, we can have that, and that will pay for our herbicide. So I think let's do that. We've got a plan for the day, which is herbiciding. Do we see any of the sheep from over here? They are doing what they're doing, and maybe some grass cutting if we get the time. So, without further ado, I'm going to fade cut down to the shop and catch you when we're there to get what we need. Ta-ta for now. Jumping in 3, 2, 1, jump. And here we are, back down at the shop. I just need to grab the herbicide and then we can carry on. I think the plan will be time-lapse ourselves the heck back to the farm when we've got all this loaded, because you don't need to see my driving quite that badly. And when that's done, I will also actually time-lapse through the fertilising contract and the fertilising of our own field. And at that point, I'll drop back in so we can do some spot weeding on our own, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe some cutting if there's time, or maybe just a quick transport contract to keep the money ticking over, because we're spending a lot with no real return right now. Whilst we get everything set up. That looks about right. Oh, not quite. Could have been a little bit lower. Much better. Yes. Until the sheep start producing, which I don't think is going to be till next year. We're not going to get a crop from those guys. Bit of a hairdressing joke there. Just a crop. Never mind. It wasn't the greatest one in the world, even by my standards. There we go. So yes, and the chickens are ticking over. The output isn't huge chicken-wise, but it's nice to have some little things around the place. And as time goes on, we'll certainly be looking to branch out in some more fields, I think. Certainly having a look at those ones just across the road, because the animals are all very well. Oh, for goodness sake. And they haven't got a great return, but well, not in seasons anyway, but that is much more of the fun. It gives, oh dear, gives you something to do with those guys. In fact, I don't want to do that with you. We're just going to groove up onto the ramp. Ooh! Let's try all that again. And, so yes, may even pick up some cows if time starts permitting. Right. Okay, so let's jump up here, time-lapse ourselves back up to the farm, and keep on time-lapsing right through the fertilising stuff, and we'll see what happens after that. The plan is either going to be, like I say, there we go, that will do for you, some mowing or some Awesome, who knows what. So, right. So, I shall see you after all of that goodness. And catch you after. Right, here we go. So, there we go. Everybody is nicely fertilised. Now, I seem to recall that we had some weeds to take care of, did we not? So, I have emptied out the fertiliser from our thing there, from our sprayer, from our thing, sorry, crazy times, and it's just there in a tank. I'm going to take care of that at some point when we have better money. It's probably prudent at this point to have a quick rinse out of our equipment. So here we have our lovely built-in pressure sprayer thingy. There we go. So let's make sure that's all not fertilised full. May as well give the tractor a quick once over while we're here. Keep it all nice and clean, governor. There we go. There we all go. There we go. Very nicely. Okay. So, let's go and put some... No, we're not going to need much, because as I seem to recall, it was a tiny, tiny patch of... zoom in. Over there. Take the lime off. I don't know why we have to do that every time. Yes, just a tiny patch right in the middle there. So we'll go do that. Let's see if anybody else needs any spraying. Oh, field 40, that could be interesting. A couple of transport jobs, which I'll probably do off camera just to keep the money rolling. Where's field 40? Field 40's all the way over there. Nope, not taking that one, my crazy friends. Any more? We've got plenty fertilising going on. No spraying, so I think we will probably just not bother with that. Okay, well, let's go and get a touch of the old sprayness. We're not going to need too much. In fact, though, I may as well take as much as I can in the hope that it'll... not quite full. Well, there we are. Great demand at cargo ship, the thing tells me. And what is it they would like, I wonder? Oh, there's the cargo ship. Have I got anything that they would like? Sugar beets. I do not have any sugar beets at all. For that would be craziness. Alright, so let's just whack some quick old... see if we can see that spot. There it is, look. Almost seems a shame. I tell you what, let's do a preventative spray over the whole field, because one of the mechanics here in Seasons is that if a field has been herbicided, then you don't get spots of weeds appearing. So let's have a quick crack around that and see where that leads us. It'll use up a bit more herbicide than we would have otherwise used, but for the price of it and the work it'll save us, then why the heck not? You know, only time will tell if this is effective when we effectively, well, stop saying effective. Only time will tell if this has worked or okay when we go over the spot of weeds that we were trying to clear in the first place. Whilst it's not efficient in terms of money, it's probably more efficient in terms of time and equipment, because otherwise we'd have to come back and just do it again anyway. So there we go, that is our field taken care of. I don't remember if I mentioned in this episode, or if it was just something I was working on, that you can store herbicide and fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, on this farm in the same place that the seeds are. You can't load it into, for want of a better word, the silo around the side where the seeds sit directly from a sprayer or a pallet. It needs to go in there from a dedicated trailer. So we might look at that when we've got some spare money kicking around, but having a trailer there seems a little bit daft for now. Although, having said that, a trailer could well be useful longer term, if only to get sort of more water. There we go. And then we should have one more path after this. Right, while we're tootling along there, let's check the map, see if we de-weeded our bit. We did. How exciting. And is that now fully fertilised? I believe it is. That looks a nice deep blue. So we don't need to worry about this field now until it's time to harvest. Fab. Which, looking at the menu, couple more days yet until it's ready for harvest. So then we can probably get round to sticking another crop in it. But we'll look into that at the time. There we go. Oh, missed a corner. There we go. Okay, so this is nearly done. I think the plan for the rest of this game afternoon might be a quick pop down the shops, as we're going to need a bucket to start cleaning up the sheep. They're a bit of they don't like the messy eating, do they really? I don't believe I've got any wool from them, and I'm not expecting any. But they need cleaning up, and they need some more water. which is why I'm thinking a tanker might be useful, because it's quite a hike to the old water situation. But we certainly do need to do some grass cutting as well. They can wait on the cleanliness side of life. So I think, but we do need to go down to the shop anyway to get something to pick up or possibly bale the... Yep, that's what I'm talking about. To empty or bale the grass that we'll be cutting. So that is probably something to think about. Let's unload you there. In the meantime, I'll come over here with you to give you a nice rinse out off camera, whilst I try and think of a plan. I think a plan could well be to pop down the shop to get a baler. And then, whilst we're at it, do a transport job. There we go. And then, whilst we're at it... Yes, what do we want? Baler. What else was I talking about? A bucket. Well, we can go to the shop later. Or at least we can pick the stuff up we need later. Am I going to get stuck here? I am, aren't I? Because I'm a crazy person. Much easier to pick that up the other way around. Okay. Whilst trying to miss the trees. Yeah. So, I think I will take a transport job on, because, well, why not? I quite like them now. I've got this little setup going on here. I'm not sure of relative heights and stuff for that trailer, but I will start to learn those. Oh, looks pretty good. Oops, that clearly wasn't it. What am I hooked on? Oh, the front edge. It's not going as well as it could be, this one. Don't fall off. There we go. If you could just wibble back down the forks. There we go. Okay, let's take you gently over here. Stack with the rest of them. Yes. Okay, I think what we'll do here is do some... oh, these guys stack, do they? I think they do. If they don't, they do now. Not the most graceful bit of stacking I've ever done, but anyway. Let's... First, what's the weather going to do this afternoon? We don't want to cut it if we then can't bale it. Grass won't keep, so we're going to need it to turn into straw. The weather says it's okay for drying. I know what I didn't buy that I could have done with, which was that marvellous wheelbarrow. I really should think about getting that. A marvellous, marvellous multi-tool. Now, in theory, I should pick it up from the shop. But for now, I think let's just grab it. Now, this measuring tool here for a brief 5,000, which, in terms of gameplay, let's pretend I ordered it yesterday and it's come via Amazon or something, will allow you to inspect pretty much anything that needs inspecting. You point it at the thing, you hold the button, it tells you what it is. And that is obviously herbicide, and we've got 700 litres left. This one here, that I shouldn't have stacked it on, is fertiliser with 331. So, if I can run back down to the field with it, it will tell me all sorts of mysteriously lovely information about the grass. It's ready to harvest, so let's point at the field. Well, that's not telling me anything. I don't know why. There we go. It tells me where it is on the map for ease of location. It tells me how high I am, 313 feet above sea level. Tells me what it is, which is grass. tells me the growth state of 100%. It then tells me the crop moisture, which is at 16. Now, whilst I'm talking, I'm going to Google what ideal grass moisture is. So, I may go relatively quiet for a little bit. FS 19. Grass, hay, moisture. There we go. It also tells me the fertilising level, which here is 0%, and the ground moisture at 8%. There we go. Now that says seasons. This tells me here, if the grass is at less than 20% moisture when it is cut, it is hay without tedding and ready for baling. So we can see this is down at 16, so I could probably bale it pretty much straight away. In that case, let's run down to the shop for now, grab a baler and see, I didn't mean to do that, but never mind, if I can do the two things together depending on the baler. Okay, so I'm going to leave the trailer just there in the middle of the yard because we're not quite that interested. Okay, to save video time, I'm just going to jump cut to the shop and I will see you, well, when I'm there, let's be honest. Okay, catch you in a tiny tick. And here we are, back at the shop. Let's have a look in baling tech. I'm already pretty sure of what I'm going to get. It's one of the cheaper ones because it's going to give me straw bales I can lift by hand, because I don't like doing just watching me stack bales with a loader is just frankly ridiculous. There's no other word for it. Wow, they put a belt on a baler. I didn't know they would do that. I suppose in many respects it makes sense. Now there's two of these smaller ones here. They give me what do they call them, conventional bales? I don't know, that might be the swear ones, but there's two that will do the small ones you can lift by hand, which I think is probably, certainly short term, where we're going to go. This little fella here, Galignani, I might be pronouncing that right, I might be doing it a huge disservice, I don't really know. There you go, it picks your stuff up, it sticks it in a bale, drops it out the back. There is also an older New Holland type one there. They're both pretty much of a muchness. 521 comes out, 6 mile an hour, all of that malarkey, and there we go. 35,760 and 40 grand. Because I'm a tight fella, I am going to grab the slightly cheaper one, and we'll take it back up. Having a little bit more of a read on the way down, it is not, the grass is not going to become hay straight away. So let's just have another look at the forecast. We're doing fine in terms of rain and drying, but because the moisture of it is so low, it will turn to hay all by itself. So that at least is one less thing to worry about, but at least we now have a mower. So there we go. And I will jump cut back up to home and we'll start mowing. So I'll see you there. And here we are, back in the yard. So let's drop our mower just under cover here, as we're not going to need it till tomorrow game day. There we go, and we'll grab the mower and get some mowing done. I don't want to cut the whole, although it is early summer, so I think it's probably a good idea. It's like I can always just throw the bales on a truck, which tends to be slightly easier than actively stacking them. Certainly when you have the skills of stacking that I have. Now, I know I didn't get a bucket to clean the sheep out, but we'll figure that out later. So let's go, and I'm going to have a cut of the whole field. There we go. Because then I have a stock, the hay bales, if we keep them under wraps. Not under wraps, that will turn them into I'm never sure where this field starts and ends. Not that it really matters in terms of what we're doing, but anyway. Yes, I don't mean under wraps because that would be foolish. There we go. I don't think I have a swathe. Oh, I do. see where it's set. Set wide. There we go. If we turn that down to narrow, the little indicator on the front right as you look, you'll see moving into a big swathe or a little one. Let's keep it a little one. Right, we're lowered down. Let's go. Yes. And then we'll leave this here to dry properly. Am I doing that right, I wonder? Hop. Yes, I am. Let's keep it narrow. Okay. Well, I think this will certainly take us the rest of the game day. Now that it's coming into the summer months, the only thing I can really say about what Seasons does is that you can't sleep as early. It used to be quite a hard 12 o'clock. There you go. Let's just do that much for now. Let's see how much more we need later. Quite a hard 7 o'clock time you could start going to sleep. But now it's summer, in Seasons, you can't. So we'll keep on working over this field just until such time as we can sleep, which won't be till much later. So there we go. Now, at some point tomorrow, not overly precious about the corners of grass. This will regrow in any case. Yes, and at some time tomorrow we'll be able to bale this all up, and I'll throw a couple into the sheep then as well. I wonder if they're going to have enough water overnight. Possibly not. I think they'll be okay for water, and I'll give them some more tomorrow. There we go. I think this is going to be the last headland, and then we'll just do some up and downs. Otherwise, I'm going to start missing the corners, and hopefully this will give them enough. What was that saying? Something silly like 18,000 litres of food a year. However, they can eat what's in their pasture. It automatically stocks the food for them if we don't put any in. So, as far as the sheep are concerned, that is fairly helpful. There we go. So, 2 of those around. Let's do some up and downs. And there we go. So, whilst I finish this up, I think it's probably a good time for me to start winding down the episode. If there is time when I finish cutting this off camera, I will probably grab a transport job, but I can't see that being enough time, as it's 5 o'clock already. Didn't this game day fly? So, I'll start wrapping up. Thank you, as ever, for watching. It's always been a little disjointed. Hopefully, this time, I'm not going to have to come back in later in the evening and say, oh yeah, I forgot this. So, things are going nicely here. Tootling along as next year kicks in and we've got a bit of income coming in from our eggs and hopefully a bit of a wool as well. We can start maybe expanding the farm a little bit. Say I am giving some serious thought about cows, but I'll figure that out as time goes on. I don't half ramble when it comes to closing down, don't I? Yes. So, again, I'll try and say it properly this time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on Spring Day. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Turn it on, boy. I'll see you tomorrow for Summer Day 2. And catch you later. Bye-bye for now. Bye!